I'm Stuart from Manchester Vacs at the Sebo shop, and we're very lucky to have up here in Manchester today Justin Binks, who's one of the directors of Sebo UK. Welcome to Manchester, Justin.
Thank you for inviting me, Stuart. It's a pleasure to be here.
Very nice to see you. So we thought we'd ask Justin a few questions today, for anybody that doesn't know a great deal about Sebo, perhaps we'll get a little bit of interesting background from it. So, what I wanted to ask you first. We know anybody that's researched Sebo or looked into the brand knows it was started in 1978.
In Germany, yes.
In Germany by two gentlemen called Klaus and Heinz.
Correct, yeah.
But Sebo UK, I believe, is a second generation business, which was started by your dad.
Correct, yeah.
So could you tell us maybe the journey of like how he come to meet the German guys and how Sebo UK came to pass and kind of the timeline perhaps of the story?
Well, my father used to work for a company that sold industrial vacuum cleaners. He was the machine marketing manager, and he met Mr. Stein in Germany when Mr. Stein worked for Vorwerk and was one of the chief designers at Vorwerk, a German vacuum cleaner and carpet company. Mm-hmm. Vorwerk set Mr. Stein on developing a proper commercial upright vacuum cleaner. And Mr. Stein had lots of really good ideas for this machine, one of which was having a hose on an upright vacuum cleaner, which no one else had done before. There was one called an advanced carpet twin that had a hose on the inside, which I think is where he got the idea from. Right. And he thought, oh, if I put that hose on the outside, then you could actually use it as well. Anyway, moving through the story, Vorwerk decided not to press ahead with a commercial vacuum cleaner, and Mr. Stein decided to leave and set up on his own. And because he knew my father in his role in the UK, he suggested to my father that he could set up Sebo UK, which my father was more than happy to do. So that was in 1981. It started in a very small scale, operating out of my dad's garage. Right. And I joined the company a couple of years later, and my dad had a Ford Cortina, a saloon brown Ford Cortina, and I used to have to go off and do sales and deliveries with it, and I could tell things were going quite well when I had to take the back seats out to fit more vacuum cleaners into it. And yeah, we built up from there.
And this would have been the BS machines at the time, wouldn't it?
It was, yeah. That was the only machine we had, and we sold it obviously to dealers, and they were going into hotels. And it was a revelation of a machine, because every other machine before that was of the old-fashioned kind of Hoover style with a cloth bag on it. Yeah. That was the first modern vacuum cleaner.
And that machine remains the best-selling upright commercial in the world today, I believe.
I would say probably it is, yeah. It's the best seller. Sebo is still the top-selling professional commercial upright vacuum cleaners in the world, right. And to the best of my knowledge, the BS is the main seller of those. Yeah.
So, of all the machines that they've made over there, because when did they branch into the domestic sector then? That would have been the early 90s?
Well, me and my dad can sort of claim credit for that, right. Because in the American market, they wanted a lightweight, professional machine, and Sebo Germany, in particular Mr. Stein, developed a new vacuum cleaner which had fantastic new features like a computerized automatic height control. And when me and my father saw it, we thought, well, you know what, that would make a brilliant domestic vacuum cleaner. We're doing fine with the BS machines commercially. Yeah. It'd be better to open up a new market with that X1 as it was called, yeah, and sell it as a retail machine. And it was the first machine at $199.95 as a retail price in shops. And that's the machine that's evolved into the X7 today. It has evolved. Well, it was a really good design, and that's a thing I think with Sebo, that our designs don't change massively much over the years. Sebo tried to get the design right in the first place, and you know, people haven't become 10 feet tall. Carpets are kind of similar to how they were before. So the basic ways of working remain the same. You know, and our machines are always durable and ergonomic and do a good job on the floor.
One of the things we've always liked about the brand is that as you just touched on, the machines evolve through the years. So like some manufacturers try and reinvent the wheel every 3 years and then spend the next 2 years ironing out the mistakes under warranty claims, only to reinvent something else. Sebo don't do that. They take a good machine and they go along and they say, well, we can improve that and we can improve this. And
no, totally. It's an evolution. They try to get it, well, obviously they try to get it 100% right in the first place.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, you think, oh, we could do that a bit better and that a bit better, and they do evolve the machines. And I think you're right. You do see many manufacturers who bring out something, they claim it's the best thing since sliced bread, and then a few years later it's disappeared, and they say, oh yeah, that one did have loads of problems with it, but now there's our new one that's as good as sliced bread.
Well, we show people the X1 you've just been talking about in here. We have some over in the corner, in order that we can show them the evolution and say, here's where it started and here's where it is now.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it's not that much difference, and don't fix it if it's not broken.
Exactly, yeah.
So of all the machines that they've made through the years, which has been quite a few now, I mean, they've gone on to there's a range of X's, there's Felixes, there's lots of cylinders. The range evolved somewhat. Do you have a personal favourite?
Well, I would say I've got two favourites probably. One is the X machine. It works beautifully. It's got fantastic features, but I also really like Felix. And I would say that at home I tend to use the Felix.
Right.
Because it gets underneath furniture. It's a very practical and versatile machine.
Yeah.
And it cleans really well.
I still use an X4 at home because that's when we first started selling Sebo, 6, 7, 8 years ago or something.
Right.
It's the first one I took home and said to my wife, can we try this? And she had a Dyson at the time. And she said, I'm not convinced, can I keep both? And 2 weeks later she sent the Dyson back and kept the Sebo, and we still got it. The same one.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you about the best-selling machine. I mean, we sell lots of Sebos, I know which is our best seller, but obviously you've access to different markets that we've not got. So can you speculate, or do you know what is the best-selling machine?
Well, for us, it's the X7 Pet.
Right.
I think people really like the...
Which we have on behind us, that one there?
Yeah.
The black one.
It's got a lovely, luscious black colour to it. It goes really with the silver parts, highlights really nicely on it. You get, a really good range of accessories, and you've got the boost on it, and also the LED light. So it's got everything for everyone on that machine.
Yeah, that is our best seller. The S360 on commercials, and the black X7 Pet certainly is our best domestic machine seller. Yes. We mentioned earlier on about other manufacturers and evolved designs. One of the things that's we always like about Sebo is that there's a very, very good spare parts availability. And even back to the very early X1 machines, you can get 99% of the spares. Is that kind of more by luck than judgment, or is it by design that they want the machines to be repairable for 20, 30 years, which most manufacturers don't? So can you comment about kind of the company ethos surrounding parts availability, repairs and sustainability, mate?
Well, it's by design that the machines last a long time, and I know with Sebo Germany that they always look at what the machine's got to do, what life is expected to have, how long it's expected to last, how reliable they want it to be, and that they use that to create the machine and the parts and the quality of the parts. And because they want the machines to last, and they want to look after customers, it's a duty and responsibility and a wish to have parts available for long term. The only time that we ever don't have parts is where we are using a supplier, say of motors, and they just stop making those motors because there's no demand from anyone else anymore. But otherwise, we'd always have spare parts for customers. And with Sebo, they've always been in favour of sustainability. Every part has got is marked what it's made of, so it can be recycled. Machines are screwed together rather than clipped together. Yeah. At the factory, they collect all the water from the roof and filter it so they can use it in the toilets and things.
Oh, really?
And recently they've just installed and they generate their own electricity.
How do they do that? Solar?
Well, they've got 2 big MAN diesel engines that
Okay.
are super efficient. The coolant is used to heat the building. The
Right.
electricity, runs the factory. Excess electricity is sold into the German grid. But I think they are also bringing in solar at the moment as well.
That's innovation you don't see very much in this country. In
Not in
factories,
many
isn't
places,
it?
No, it's not done by coal power.
Yeah. Finally, I wanted to touch on new products and forthcoming products. I mean, recently we've had the Softcase BP60, which was launched not so long ago, which is, as a lot of people will know, so the first cordless machine, upright cordless machine for Sebo. Do you know, or can you share, is there anything in the pipeline that we should know about? Because people are wondering why maybe Sebo haven't made a handheld cordless or a particularly lightweight machine. Is there anything, you might know something, but is there anything you're able to share?
Well, we wouldn't want to have something that's just a Me Too product. I can say for sure that Sebo have got a pipeline.
Right.
What's in it and when it's going to appear, I couldn't possibly say.
Right. So it's fair to say that things are in development, but we don't know what they are.
Things are definitely in development, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, things are definitely in development.
Excellent. Well, so it was very, very nice to have you up here in Manchester.
It's been a great pleasure. Lovely to talk to you.
And it's nice of you to spare the time to come and have a look around our place and, and to come and talk to us.
It's been fascinating seeing your place.
Yeah, brilliant. So thank you very much for coming, and thank you for doing the interview for our followers and
thank you very
subscribers.
much. Thank you.
So that was Justin from Sebo UK, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link underneath and you'll be able to go through to our Sebo shop where you can find Sebo vacuum spares, and also you'll find another link below that will go down to a blog where there'll be a transcript of this video, and there'll be lots of other Sebo related stuff there as well. So please like the video and subscribe and share where possible to any of your social media groups. Thanks for watching.